Hey everyone, this is Alvaro Rivera. I'm the CEO and owner of Uplink Group LLC. We're a BPO solution that operates through the entire Latin America with our headquarters located in Miami, Florida. With me, I have Daniel Phillips, which is the CEO of Modpaper. Go ahead, Daniel.
Well, thank you very much. Now, quickly, Modpaper is the world's first truly post-human lead operating system for agencies and BPOs. Now, what does that mean? Pretty much to summarize it quickly, Modpaper obliterates the traditional SDR layer by embedding autonomous lead intelligence directly into your pipeline and also for your client campaigns and packages, continuously qualifying, following up, scheduling and updating leads in real time without human intervention. So Modpaper is really obliterating the outdated human follow-up economy as we see it.
Amazing, Daniel. And as you know, just for everyone to know, Uplink and Modpaper are working together, bringing solutions to multiple clients through Latin America, United States, and Europe. But one of the questions they typically get from people whenever we're discussing the product, discussing the systems, is what's the quality of it? Because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whenever you would hire a company to give you like an AI voice agent, it's pretty much a simple logic of if the customer says one or if they say two, then there is like a pre-recorded message that would say something like, "Hey, thank you for calling," blah blah blah. But it would sound very robotic. So how does that evolve, or how did it evolve over time? And what are you giving to your clients right now?
Perfect. So voice AI has really accelerated, I'm going to say, in the last 5 years. So let's say 5 years ago, voice AI and the type of lead and lead management, lead intelligent that Modpaper offer regarding voice AI was pretty much just glorified voicemail with a basic script to try and let's say convert leads, etc. Now, voice AI is making complete self-operating real-time decisions, completely qualifying leads, syncing data with CRM, and doing it in any language, also taking everywhere from, let's say, 1 to 5 to 10 calls at once with full CRM integration. So this isn't just basic progress. This is really the death of the old IVR and the birth of real-time autonomous voice ops. And voice AI is constantly evolving, but the kind of way we're at now, it's hyper realistic, and it's not just obviously you have male and female, but it's not just like national accents. It's not just like an American, let's say a male accent. You can have a Chicago male accent. You can have an accent which mirrors that of somebody from South Florida, etc. And also voice AI is growing more in regards to emotional intelligence. Let's say if a prospect was to show some doubt or show some, let's say, potentially anger or something towards the voice AI would acknowledge that and would pretty much respond accordingly, like a more enhanced sales rep would in real time.
Absolutely. And then another portion or another question that typically the clients would have, or the people that are interested in this systems would have, is how reliable is it? Because previously you would hire 10, 20 people, you would sit them in your building and they will take the calls. Now you would face some challenges like absenteeism or lack of quality, or for example, if through a sales process, you needed to state specific a script just to be in compliance with whatever regulation your industry is on. Then you would have those challenges. However, people trusted people. Now that we're moving towards a digital era and we're going through, AI advancements and AI technology, the new fear is not absenteeism or lack of compliance. The new fear is data privacy. Like, for example, in the United States, there's a lot of regulations related to robocalls, and in Europe, you got the GDPR, which makes things a little bit complicated. So, one of the challenges many clients have is the compliance portion of using AI agents. In your experience, how has Modpaper circumvent this and be in total compliance to ensure data protection for your clients?
Well, pretty much we've had to vet out everything from the full legal process that we use with clients, whether that be internally or for external client packages and campaigns. And also, we've had to completely check our sub processes and make sure that compliance is 100% there. Because, of course, as we both know, you don't want to be on the wrong side of things like data law, etc. So, especially, this is important that we make sure with clients there is quite during the onboarding process and with the legals, with the sub processors that we use, the sub data processors that we use, there is always extensive legal checks and balances in place there, which, as you're seeing, and you're starting to see more, a lot of other, let's say, AI partners um, aren't really following too well, because it is, people are looking at the AI boom and saying, hey, I can get into this, but people don't realize there is extensive legal checks and balances there, which are really important, that we take extremely seriously with clients.
Absolutely. Then another portion that I believe AI will fix, and it's a big issue for many companies, which is workforce management calculation. So typically, the way things were done, where you would do a forecast, and then that will tell you how many calls or chats or emails you expect to receive, and then you have an SLA, like how quickly you wanted to get those interactions answered. And then after that, you need to create requirements and then schedules, and then you need to hire and you need to plan for shrinkage and all that. So it was a whole process. Many large companies would require one or two people get fully dedicated to this to ensure efficiency instead of wasting. However, nowadays with AI, like let's say you have an engine that answers every type of call or every type of interaction your company has, but then you're not tied to 10 agents, 5 agents. Like right now, if you only need the equivalent of 5 agents, you have 5 agents. But if for whatever reason there's a spike and then the volume increases and now you need 20 agents, it's just a simple click because the AI is capable of handling that volume. In your experience and with your clients, would you say that this has saved any amount of money for them? If so, what's the approximate saving that you have seen on your client side just for migrating over to AI solutions?
Oh, certainly. I mean, the numbers are major. There's a major increase in profits because, of course, there are, let's say, with voice AI, let's say, hypothetically, let's just say for this example, it's £1,000 covers everything for the month, and let's say there's usage costs as, let's say, £300, and that's 20. Well, let's just say $300. So let's say that's $1,300 for this example, and then, however, with the equivalent, let's say a 24/7 agent in, let's say, the Philippines, South Africa, Latin America, that will be thousands, of course, for 24/7 with everything included, with added overhead. It will be several thousand with that added overhead, and with also, of course, 24/7, because it's typical agents. They work. Human agent works 8 hours. AI is 24/7. So that's a key factor. Um, Even excluding usage, the AI, a key factor is due to the fact that it's 24/7, and humans. If you want 24/7 for a human agent, that's the equivalent of three agents, which is thousands, whereas the AI is considerably cheaper. What we're typically seeing markups a lot of the times of 60% compared to old models.
You just think about what you can do with 60% of your money being saved just because you're migrating over to an AI solution. But then I want to take it to another question. Like, there's still people out there that they don't want to talk to an AI. There's customers that they don't want to talk to an AI. And because of regulation, sometimes in some states or some countries, you got to state if you're talking to an AI solution or if you're talking to a real human being. So there are companies that they have a mixed program. Like, if something like, hey, you want to talk to an AI solution that's capable of assisting you, press one. Or if you want to talk to a real live agent, press two, and they'll be rotated to that. So there's many companies out there right now that they're acquiring efficiencies by implementing AI, but they still have human manpower handling some of the calls. Or even, let's say there's a tier one, tier two, or tier three on a given company. Typically, an AI would be able to handle a tier one or even tier two. But then sometimes when it's something more complex that would require further investigation or human labor, you get to that tier three. So, in your experience, what do you think it's the mix that your clients are using when implementing AI? Do you think they go all in 100% AI, but you say that during the first 3 months they'll do like a 20% and they'll scale out all the way to 50%? Or what do you think is the perfect mix that the companies can acquire to start implementing AI today?
Honestly, it is a real mix according to the exact client and their views on AI, how accelerationist they are, etc. But let's say a median, like let's say just a typical, like let's say moderately range in regards to somebody who's skeptical and somebody who's very eager. What we might do is that we may have a percentage of calls go through the AI, and let's say another bulk go through the typical human labor human agent means. Or a lot of the time, what we might do is that the AI might be the one which um, qualifies the leads to a certain extent, and then the AI would say, "Hey, let's." The AI and the human during qualification would say, "Hey, let's set up a call at 2 p.m. tomorrow," and then it would be the human that calls them and then takes the process further. So a lot of the time, sometimes AI may do only for some clients who are moderately skeptical, but not completely, or AI may only eliminate part of the SDR layer, not completely, or a significant minority of, let's say, inbound calls goes through Modpaper's lead intelligence or AI lead engines, and then and the other chunk go through, let's say, human agents. That's a lot of the time a good mix that we've had for a lot of our clients. Not all of them, but a good portion who are moderately skeptical, but also quite eager at the same time.
Understood. Um, Me personally, when I started implementing AI in my business and all that, I started with simple AI tools like a speech analytics AI that would listen to the calls of my agents to ensure they're being compliant, right? They're saying what they're supposed to be saying, and they're following the scripts and the processes, and also to understand if this the customer sentiment, right? How they're feeling, if they're feeling upset, if they're feeling happy, or for example, if it's a customer service queue they start the call being upset, but then they leave the call being happy, then that's a positive indicator. And that could lead to an increase in the lifetime of that particular client itself. But many companies are afraid of jumping in or diving right into AI. Modpaper, besides having a voice AI, do you have any other type of AI solution that could help businesses scale and find efficiencies without jumping immediately into voice AI? Do you have any tool that could assist a live
Yes, so
operation?
Modpaper, of course, sorry. So at Modpaper, we offer Modpaper Listen, Modpaper Reach, Modpaper Echo, and Modpaper Pulse. Modpaper Echo and Modpaper Pulse are both Echo is our inbound voice, lead intelligence, our inbound voice lead engines, and then Pulse is our outbound ones. And then for the text-based side of lead intelligence, we offer Modpaper Listen, which is pretty much text-based lead intelligence. So that's our AI. Integrates into your lead management workflows, text-based, let's say for Modpaper Listen. So any inbound text-based type of lead management that you have, we completely delete the human and the SDR layer of it. So let's say leads come in via forms, which is a big one that we've seen, a big one. A lot of leads come in via forms, and a lot of firms, agencies, and BPOs are taking hours, if not days, to respond to them. That's money completely out the window in a way that people don't realize. Forms, email, WhatsApp, any type of industry specific sites, also SMS. So any lead for the text-based side of lead intelligence or AI lead engines and Modpaper can integrate into any lead channel, whether it be inbound or outbound, to replace the old school human SDR layer, of course, with 24/7 multilingual with full CRM integration. And also, and when I mentioned CRM integration, what we have at Modpaper, of course, for the call side, calls are logged and summarized, but also what we have for both the text and the voices, what we call it's like a lead qualification score. So we would speak with the client during onboarding, and we would get, hey, what are the four main categories which determines a lead from being very good to awful, and through that, or the AI, once a lead is qualified. It has a we have a qualification score on the CRM along with summaries for that lead. So let's say ready to go tomorrow, budget of 100,000, then there'd be 100, there'd be 95 to 100. Let's say their budget's 1,000, and they want to. They're interested in 9 months, and it might be 5 to 8 to 10, as an example, which really is a core aspect of lead intelligence, which really it's early stage, but it really is a category definer, what we all building.
Understood. So I'll tell a little bit about my experience with clients. You know, me as a BPO or we as a BPO when we operate, one of the challenges that we have is that clients they have the fear of losing control. Whenever they have an in-house operation, they take care of everything. They're responsible for everything, and they do the entire workload. recruiting, hiring, training, managing, etc. Whenever they decide to explore outsourcing, they're afraid that they might lose control and therefore they might lose quality, even though there is a potential benefit in terms of company simplicity so that they can focus on their core experience and their value and leave, all the admin work and customer service and sales to other companies like my company. That's one of the fears. But the other one is losing quality. So that's one of the challenges and one of the biggest fears companies would have whenever they start thinking about outsourcing. I can imagine that when companies decide to outsource not to humans, but actually to AI solutions, they have that fear as well. So, in your experience, have you seen, companies being afraid of jumping into AI? And what would you say is the adoption rate, or how likely are clients to take a jump of faith and decide to try AI? And then what's the outcome after they try it?
Yeah, I mean, in regards to our client acquisition, it's a very smooth and scaling operation. We are scaling nicely and looking at dominating the verticals of agencies and BPOs in regards to what we are doing at Modpaper, in regards to lead intelligence, leading the human SDR layer, and being category definers in the space. And once a client is, once we've spoken, we've provided an AI audit, that there's might have been 1, 2 calls between us, then a lot of the time they are very eager to adopt our AI, and we talk them through everything. The demos, especially in regards to Modpaper Echo, Modpaper Pulse, the voice side of things, the demos play a major role. And without the interactive voice demos that we provide to clients and that they're allowed to play with and try out themselves, which they all say is they're very good, they're very impressed with, then it would be very difficult to convert, because this time, in regards to AI, if people aren't trying and playing it with themselves, they're just not going to trust you. Something like voice AI, probably similar with BPO in the early days, if I'm correct. Um, so, and a lot of the time they may, once we send the demos and we progress, they may only want AI for a subset, a part of it, let's say their inbound, a part of their outbound, and they start to like it. They see the results. They see that they're in control via regular communication, but also via things like, as I mentioned, call logs, summaries, dashboards where you can see everything. So as a whole, client success and things, it's going good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, and just to wrap up and finalize this episode of the podcast, I'd like to tell everyone thank you for watching us. Uh, Uplink, we're a global company that we're capable of outsourcing services with humans and AI solutions through Latin America, directly to clients in the United States, Europe, or Latin America as well. And then Modpaper, it's an AI company solution that's capable of providing AI solutions for companies out there. If you guys need any type of support, if you have questions, feel free to leave us a DM in our messages, in our LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook accounts, etc. I'll be more than glad to jump into a call, play a demo, and give you a test of what our companies can do, and we'll take it from there. You want to do any last words, Daniel?
No, well, thank you very much. It's been great to come on here, and yeah, thank you very much. Thank you everybody for listening.